Yes, people, welcome back to Hot Kopics on the Kop TV. I'm back in the hot seat, right? Big up to everyone who's been watching in my absence. I have to say, a round of applause for this man on my left for stepping in whilst I've been away. Fantastic performance.
Thank you. Yes, what's happening?
Yes,
also, one more, because he's back, and now he's got a fiance. Up the Reds.
Up the Gilly. Do you know what? It could be it could be anything. You could be like, oh, he's just got a new house. Up the Reds.
Yeah, it is, lad.
Could be anything,
Everything's
isn't it?
great at the moment.
Yeah,
We're
it is.
top of the league,
It is. We are top of the league. And where's that picture that they've been taunting me with all season, saying I've jinxed it? It's nowhere to be seen, people, right?
They've hit it,
Robbie has accidentally, on purpose, manifested Liverpool winning the league now. So shout out to a man like Rob. It's good to be back, though, man.
Nice.
Smash that like button, get your comments in, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It's great to be back, as I said. It's been a long time, bro.
It has. It's been like 3-4 weeks.
3.5 weeks I've been away.
Long time, mate.
It's flown by for me. Like, I don't know what it's been like for you, but
a long journey, lad. Honestly, I show the audience all the time, like me little notes that I've been doing on Sunday
class,
night.
Mate. I told you when I was
off the
away.
top of the dome. I can't do that, mate. After I've scripts and that, lads, go by and that.
But I've been watching with a keen eye since I've been away, and you have been brilliant, mate. And everyone in the comments on DR on the Kop TV have all said how good you've been. And
been very kind to me, lad. I really appreciate it, actually.
We absolutely love it. So let's just round things off. So I've been away since February the 6th.
Whoa.
Which
it is a month.
Basically a month, yeah. The first
Okay.
game when we were out there, no, we played... Who did we play when I was out there first game? Plymouth. Was the first game.
Lost.
So just catching ourselves up here.
Yeah.
Lost that one.
Everton the one after.
Yeah. But do you know what? I had a really good night out on that night.
Yeah.
After.
I didn't. It was crap, actually.
Because actually it kicked off at like 10, and I was watching it in Fitzgerald's in Bangkok. Great gaff. Shout out to all the people at Fitzgerald's. You would love this place, bro.
In Thailand.
Like every single bar staff wearing Liverpool shirts.
Just makes me laugh that
on
there's
the
Irish
wall.
bars in Thailand, lad.
Mate, there's Irish bars in
Everywhere.
Timbuktu. Like,
Yeah.
they're all about. So I went there, and I put a story out on the Kop TV saying, look, I'm going to be in this bar watching this game. If there's any people that follow me that live in Bangkok, come down. Yeah, 4 people turned up, bro. Which is mad.
Yeah, that's cool.
In my opinion, that's mad, because it was almost like if no one turns up, I'll just sit there and watch it on my own.
Yeah.
I think
If
Sammy was there.
one person turns up, that's brilliant.
Yeah. So 2 brothers turned up, Ricky and Amir. They watch Kop TV like every episode, and big shout out to them. They've actually started up the Kop TV Thailand as well, because they stream every game anyway. They're big fans. So yeah, big up to them. Big up Richard as well. Big up Andrew, who came down. 2 English guys that watch me and us all the time. Sammy was there, and she's like, wait, so you actually like watch him? They're like, yeah, every episode. She's like, what? That's just my brother. He's an idiot.
Yeah.
He's a muppet.
I get it, lad.
She couldn't believe it, right? So shout out to everyone in Fitzgerald's, and I went to the Doghouse. There was a gaff called the Doghouse, sitting there watching the Wolves game. Scouse is sitting next to me, called Kev from Ayton.
Just got to pass that one.
And then I go outside for half time, and 2 more Scousers walk in. I was like, where am I? The Jolly Miller.
Boss.
What's going on
Miller,
here? So we beat Wolves.
Scouse
we
pub.
did lose. Oh, I say lose. We drew to Everton.
Yeah, we did.
It did feel
like
like
a loss, though.
That was the most depressing time I've ever had watching Liverpool Football Club.
It was,
and
then it followed on after that as well. I was in a pub full of Arsenal fans. Yeah, I live in London.
Which pub?
In one called Perseverance on London Fields. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I go there all the time to watch the game, lads. And it's constantly full of Arsenal supporters, as you'd expect. We're in North London. It's totally fine. But there's a part of me, there's a whole part of me that just wants to beat them, lad. I want to look at them when I leave that pub, like, all right, lad, with me last Guinness, lad, then walk out, lad. And I didn't get that for Everton, and it was horrible. I have to sit there and watch them all cheer this bloody goal, get that Tarkowski scored, and it was brilliant. But it was horrible for me, lad. I hated it.
So I was in a conference room in a hotel watching that. 5 seconds away from being over the moon. I think the game finished at like 4:45 a.m. And then obviously Tarkowski scored. So that ruined my day. And I was thinking, shit, have I jinxed Liverpool by coming out here?
That's what I thought, lad. When you left and I was on this show, lad, I was like, am I a bad omen on this show now? Like, I'll leave now.
I was getting DMs like, lad, you need to get yourself back here. We keep losing or drawing, lad. Yeah. So anyway, we drew against Everton. We just about got the Wolves one over the line. Just. And then we played Aston Villa again. That one was a 2:30 kickoff. I was in Koh Phangan watching that on the balcony. Again, fuming because we should have won that game.
Yeah.
And do you know what?
Too many chances, lad.
It's all positive, this podcast, but I just look at the 7 draws and I think if we'd have held on against Newcastle last 2 minutes, held on last 5 seconds against Everton, didn't concede that silly goal against Aston Villa, then the league would already be wrapped up. It really would be wrapped up.
They're the ones, lad.
But then things picked back up again, right?
Massively.
So I went to Fitzgerald's again. 2 weeks after I'd lost to Plymouth, we go there and beat Man City 2-0 convincingly. And just like when we played Man City at the 1st of December, I think it was, I said to everyone, then we're going to win the league. Yeah. You were shitting yourself.
See, I was.
Right? Really Not anymore. But everyone else was going, oh, bro, stop jinxing it. So you've gone so early. And now they all want to jump on the bus with me, don't they? Yeah? So believe from early. I was saying it from early, right? And then I watched Actually, I didn't watch Newcastle because that was a 3:15 kickoff. I stayed up till about 2.
Couldn't stay up no longer.
And then I woke up at 7 a.m. I went, oh my God, I've missed the whole game. Went on my phone, 2-0. Shame about the Arsenal, 0-0 against Forest. Right, so that was cool. And then I came back. And now, of course, Liverpool have had a bit of a fresh weekend, actually. Yeah. There's been no game, which has actually been quite nice.
For a while, actually. We've needed it. It's actually a blessing that we've been knocked out of the FA Cup, I guess.
Because it would have been City away again in the next round.
And that's a heavy game to play before. You play PSG in the midweek, right? So I'm happy with that, to be honest.
Yeah, more than happy.
Plymouth took the lead at City, to be honest. Did you see the game? They took the lead straight away, lad. I was like, wow.
Big up Plymouth, man. They definitely put up a good, strong fight there. But now we find ourselves on Monday morning with PSG and Southampton to come this week. And then it's obviously the return leg against PSG next Tuesday, which I'll be at. And then next weekend, it's Newcastle in the Carabao Cup final. Just before we switch our attention to PSG, I've got to shout out God. Robbie Fowler.
Sick. Did he sign that for you?
So let me give you a story. I get to Bangkok and I was with everyone, as you know, and I run into a 7-Eleven. You would love 7-Elevens, right? They're the sickest little corner shops ever. They've got everything, bro. Fried chicken, everything, yeah. So I rolled up in there to get, what was I getting? I think like deodorant or something like that. And randomly, I look to the side where the comics and magazines are, and there's this like magazine, right? And I'm thinking, wow, how unique is that? I don't know what it says.
Yeah, why is it?
It's got really random players all inside it. But there was Robbie Fowler, so I thought, let me grab that.
Stick it up to the camera there, quick.
Yeah.
And say, if anyone can actually tell us what this says, please let us know.
Yeah.
Does it say champions? Or
because
what's it
someone probably says hold that. But so this,
sausages.
Yeah. So this is number 1. This is the first edition of this season, I think. So Thai people got in touch and they're like, oh, I've been reading that since I was a kid. But I didn't really understand what it was. So anyway, fast forward, go on the holiday. These are just chilling with me. And then obviously I went to the golf in Thailand.
Yes.
And Robbie Fowler interviewed him. Paul Ince interviewed him. And I thought, hang on, I've just bought a magazine with Robbie Fowler on. So let me take it, see if I can get his sign.
Yeah, damn right.
Right? Because I've met him before. He's an absolute legend.
Yeah,
You've met him before.
Yeah, but legend.
So do you know what? I was in this room. And at this stage, I'd still not open these because they were still in the wrappers. I didn't really want to open them.
Of course.
Because, you know, they could be worth something one day. So I thought, do you know what? Let me just take it along. I'll open it up, see what's inside. I had no idea what was inside. And I said to Robbie Fowler, do you mind signing this? Look how... I actually said, not do you mind signing this? I said, look how cool this is.
Yeah.
Showed him it. And he's like, that's Buster. Opened the first page.
Belter, lad. That's mad, that. God of Anfield.
Right? So not only has he signed the front...
That's a belter, lad.
I had no idea that was the first page.
Boss kit as well.
And do you know how intricate his brain is? I was going, do you remember who these games were? He went, that was Crewe, pre-season friendly. That was Bolton at home. That was Charlton away. And that was a pre-season game. I can't remember that
How
one.
do you know, Rob? It's
so
just a snap. That's mad.
He knew everything.
That kit in the bottom right is Boss, by the way.
Oh, yeah. 06, 07 away with the total 90s on as well.
Lad.
So he signed it for me and I started opening it more. And I was like, this is so random. David Fairclough, big up to him, right? But Torres, they've got him in the Legends kit.
Oh yeah.
Harvey Davis never played a game. Like, this is how random this magazine is. They're like posters. It's not really a magazine. It's like a poster book.
Random.
Jersey Dudek, Ray Houghton, Tyler Morton. Right, it gets worse. Tommy Smith, legend.
Yeah.
Sammy, big Sammy Hoopier.
Legend again.
Nice football, which we'll talk about.
I've got one of them, yeah.
Yeah. And then look, that from this season, the actual squad photo. Ron Yates, Larry Lloyd, right? Roger Hunt, Mark Lawrenson, Paul Walsh, James McConnell, which, fair play to James McConnell for making it in here. Amara Nallo, the lad that got sent off after a minute against PSV.
What the hell is going on, lad?
Jayden Dans, random. Jamie Redknapp, Robbie Fowler there again, and then Gakpo and Gravenberch.
That's the most random magazine ever, lad.
And this one, who have we got in this one? We've got Sobersly and Kenny on the first page. Again, super random. Got Salah and Ian Rush, our mate. Cody Gakpo, Kevin Keegan. And look how quality these pictures are, bro. You don't get these in magazines back here. These are like top high-res pictures. Robbo, Alan Kennedy, absolute legend. Alisson, Ray Clements. Doesn't actually have Alisson's goal. It says Ray Clements 0 goals. Doesn't have Alisson's goal.
Harvey Davis and Jersey.
How random is that?
Belter.
Look, 1971.
In a car park.
In the car park outside Anfield.
Belter.
Alan Hansen, Van Dijk, McAllister, Jan Molby, Curtis Jones, Redknapp, Nunes and Toshak. Random, that's a Sun partnership. Phil Neal and Trent.
Belter.
Then on the back, Fowler and Maka again.
Belter.
Who we've also met.
Yeah.
So that was like one of the most random purchases ever. And then obviously the stars just happened to align for me, right? Because obviously DR mentioned that there was this golf thing. Kind of went a bit quiet, so I thought I probably won't do this now. And then like 4 days before I was due to come home, I got the call to say you're doing it.
Yeah.
And I looked at the lineup of these golfers, bro. I mean, some of the stories, I'll have to tell you. Batistuta.
Yeah. Like the amount of players that you got interviewed out there, reel them off, lad. Go on.
John Terry.
I was saying that, yeah.
Paul Scholes. Lovely guy. Lovely guy. Really cool guy. Phil Jagielka. Me and him randomly hit it off.
Yeah.
Because he was giving me loads of stick.
Yeah.
But you know what I've realised with footballers? The more stick they give you, it means they like you.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point, lad, isn't it? Just having a jest.
So, like, when I was with Fowler, I said, you gave me man of the match at Anfield for a charity game. Paul Ince, before I'd even spoke to him, went, he must have been pissed to do that. So instantly you're on the back foot. But the banter I was having with, like, genuinely all of the lads, right? So I can reel off a few names. I mean, Batistuta was insane to speak to him, and he didn't want to do anything. But because I chucked in a bit of Spanish, his ears opened up a bit. Jermaine Genus was there. Jimmy Bullard's absolute geezer. Joe Hart, top guy. Genuinely, they're all legends. Paddy Berger was playing golf with Patrick. Scholesy was, like I said, a real legend. So honestly, man, I felt so lucky, and all of these guys were so friendly and nice. And I was just in a very, very cool setting where surrounded by legends, and
it's crazy, lad.
It was a real surreal pinch me moment. Right? I've got to tell one story. So the second night I was at the golf course, the first night I couldn't get a taxi for love nor money back to Bangkok because all these were staying in the complex of the golf course. But I had a flat like 50 minutes in the car back into town. So they said, after 8 o'clock, barely any taxis come round here. So I said, what we'll do is book me a taxi now for tomorrow. So it's just booked and I know I'm leaving at 6:30. Yeah. So day starts happening. It's going really well. And they say, you coming to this dinner at 7? Yeah. I said, I've got a cab booked at 6:30. And they went, you've got to come to this dinner, mate. It's going to be like unbelievable. So I go to the dinner and I text the woman saying 7:30. I'll pop into this dinner half an hour, show my face and get off. Gets to 7:30. I'm sitting on a table, Team England table. To opposite me is Teddy Sheringham. To the left is Jermaine Genus, Jagielka, Joe Hart. Joe Hart, I'm going to the bar. So, do you want a drink, lads? To Hart and Jagielka. Hart goes, go and ask for 2 Team England cocktails. So I'm like, is that a thing? They're like, yeah, that's what we're on now. I was like, all right, sweet. Went to the bar. So can I get 2 Team England cocktails, please? And I was like, don't know what you're talking about. I look over and Joe Hart's going, way, we've got him. And then Robbie Fowler gets ignored by the bar staff going around taking drinks. So I'll go to the bar and get you a drink. He's like, you don't have to, lads. I went, it would be a pleasure.
Yeah,
I'd love to get you a drink.
God.
Drinks are free, so I wasn't paying.
Yeah.
So I'll get this one.
Yeah. No
free drink. Actually. So I've gone to the bar. I was like, what do you want? He said G&T. Right, so I've gone, right, I'll have a gin and tonic, please, for God. Because that's what Paul Ince is calling him, God. Yeah. Robbie's calling Paul Gov. Yeah. Gov, God, that's what their names are, right?
Gav and God.
Gov and God. So I get him a G&T. I put it next to him. There's a free seat. And he goes, sit down, bro. So we start chatting. I'm having a bevy. And I thought, do you know what? I could ask someone to take a picture of this moment, but let me just be in the moment. Because there's no phone cameras out. There's no one filming. It's just like, there's a few speeches from the investors of the tournament and all like formal stuff. Yeah. So me and him sit down. He goes, where are you from? And I was talking about my mum being from Scotty Road. He went, proper Scouser, you mad then, lads? Yeah. So we're getting friendly. Now it's about 8 o'clock. So the woman's going,
you've missed your taxi.
No, it's still outside. So I'm going, I can't leave now. I'm having such a good time.
Yeah.
Will I ever get this moment again? So
Never.
I've gone, let's put the cab back to 8:30, right? It's 8 now. Gets to 8:30. I'm having such a good time still. 9:30. She's like, you're taking the piss.
You are.
And I've gone, right, final one, 10:15.
Yeah.
I will be outside in that taxi at 10:15. And I think 10:16 I was outside, got in. The woman was absolutely fuming with me. She'd been wet. Bless her cotton socks. I gave her a big tip. You have to. They paid for it. I didn't know. The company paid for it. It was about 15 quid cab.
They obviously paid them to
So
wait as well.
yeah. And then at the end, I gave her a tip and she was happy, but I had her waiting there for 3.5 hours. And I feel so bad about that. But the other side of me is like,
I needed to do
I don't care.
Yeah.
I had to stay in that room for as long as possible. And then when I did leave, what you don't want to be in them nights, bro, you don't want to be that guy that stays too long, gets a bit too drunk,
you leave
make
when
a bit of a
good
tit
time.
of yourself,
That's the point.
leave on a high,
Yeah.
leave them wanting more.
Yeah.
Right?
Want
So-
more.
So they were all up.
Where's that southern lad? Bring him back, lad.
Where's that fake scouser? Get him back. So it got to like 10. So I'm going around saying goodbye to people. I was seeing them the next day anyway. But I've said goodbye and they've carried on drinking till 3.
Yeah.
I've left at 10.
Of course, they're in the
So
complex.
they've carried on in the complex, like on the whiskies and that till 3. Jermaine Genius was on the whiskies till 3, for sure. So anyway, I've said goodbye. They've all been really sound. Come back the next day. How was your taxi last night? Oh, I took the piss a bit, blah, blah, blah. And honestly, as an experience, as a Liverpool fan, but just a football fan in general, that's up there with like the World Cup for me.
That's like once in a lifetime things. You never get it to be in a context, in a setting like that with people that you've idolised. You just don't. That's a normal context.
Yeah.
It's not, because you didn't have a big royal golf tournament, but at the same time, you're sitting down eating food and drinking like any normal person would in the world, lads.
Yeah.
That's a really cool experience, bro.
Yeah.
Like, boss.
It's
Cherish
unbelievable, bro.
It's one of
I
them.
do
Sorry,
cherish
love.
it.
You better give it a big tip, but sorry, love,
did.
he needed to do that. I would do the same, lad. I'm with Robbie Fowler, mate. I would have just said, love.
If I had
Robbie
to sleep
Fowler
on the
was there.
sofa in the lobby, I would have that night.
Yeah. Just if you
And
needed.
there was no taxis.
Woke up and just went squads.
Shan't.
Interviewing time, lad. yeah.
So like, there's another story about Paul Ince. I can't tell you. I have to tell you.
We're
after,
white,
but-
mate. Yeah.
What a geezer he is. Me and him, right? When I first met him, super sound. And after 3 days of being around the camp, they kind of look at you as one of their own.
Well, they feel comfortable.
Yeah, because they've seen you interviewing everyone across the 3 days. And then at the end, luckily, as I was leaving to go to the airport, I was really sad because the tournament was starting the next day, but I obviously had to get back to DR and film. And we did the 5-hour stream yesterday morning, which was great. But when I was saying goodbye, I was like, is there going to be anyone knocking around at the same time I'd like to say goodbye? Fowler and Ince are getting on a buggy with their suits. And I say, see you later, Gov. It was great to meet you. And he got out of the buggy and went, what? You're leaving? I was like, yeah, I've got to go back and do this thing. That was part of the deal. Do you know what he said? He hugged me, tight hug, and went, love you, mate.
Oh,
Paul Ince, you know.
very sweet, lad.
Like, former Liverpool captain.
And then you
total
went, Robbie,
legend.
do you love me as well, lad? And he
No,
went,
lads.
No, okay. Yeah, that's right. I like you, though.
So, yeah, just to round it off, like,
Belter.
incredible holiday. Managed to meet loads of Liverpool fans. Watched, and I have now a brand new found respect for international Reds, bro.
Yeah,
who
of course.
get up 3 a.m. Bear in mind, they've got work the next day.
They've
So-
still getting up for the game, lads.
And I got up for every game apart from one. So
Now
it's
we've
tough.
got HQ in Thailand as well,
Yeah,
lad.
bro, we've got a HQ, right? So whenever we want to go, we can go. So to round it off, watching Liverpool was great. Meeting the Liverpool fans was unbelievable. Got engaged, that was cool. And then rounded it off with this golf holiday.
I love that. That's it. I mean, it is a football podcast, so he needs to talk about the football.
Yeah.
We did also get engaged. Yeah.
Thank you, man. So yeah, up the Reds. So now I'm back, and reality has hit me. It's very cold.
Yeah, it's
Do
freezing.
you know what? This sounds like I'm lying, but I did have a decent tan about 3 days ago. I'm not even going to lie to you. But you know me, tans for me, and you tan a bit better than me.
I tan good.
You
But
tan
also,
actually quite well.
3 days ago, do we believe him? Because where's it gone, lad?
Put it this way, because the hairs on my
Where's it
arm
gone,
were
bro?
like really blonde. Now they've gone back to like a sandy colour. It's fading rapidly. It's rapidly fading away, my friend. But that kind of, going from 36 degrees to -1 was like,
Yeah.
it's horrible. And I feel a bit sinusy, and I've got a bit of a toothache.
Jet
and
lagged and all that.
swollen
sunny
gums
Liverpool
for
later
some
as well,
reason.
lad.
And now I'm going back to Liverpool this
It's
afternoon.
going to be cold.
So it's going to be even colder up there. But luckily, I've got a nice puffer jacket there, so I'll be all right. So I'm back now.
You only watch on there as well, lad?
No,
Nah.
I've had this for years.
Okay, yes, bro.
I've had this since I got this for my 18th, I think. I just never wear watches. Not even got a battery in. It's not
Doesn't
even got the
even
right
work.
time on. Yeah. But they do say a broken clock is right at least twice.
And it will
be,
yeah.
So when it gets to 11, it will be right.
Fantastic.
In an hour. So yeah, I'm back now. Looking to get stuck into this running now towards the end of the season.
Last sprint.
The last sprint. We're in March now. It's gone around quickly, hasn't it, bro?
But
From when we were sitting here in August, it's now
honestly,
March.
Like I can remember almost every single week of us sat there on them couches just talking about the week coming and the feelings around it and the anxieties and the hopefulness and all that. And now we're here. I'm literally sat here with just full of glee, lad. Like, this is like, they're going to win the league, bro. Like, we're actually going to, like, touch wood. Like, it could still go wrong, but it's not going to. Like, we are playing like it's going to be a given now. We genuinely are. That game against City and the game against Newcastle was imperious.
So
we just
controlled.
Dominated, lad.
Do you think...
They didn't even need more than 2 goals. It was that type of game.
Controlled.
Yeah.
Do you think 2-0 is the Arnie slot score?
Yeah. Remember when we first started against Ipswich? That was the game, right? When I looked at it and I was like, that's what we're going to be doing for the rest of the season. And that's what we did against City and Newcastle. And I think the freedom that Arsenal have given us because they've drawn has sort of played on the lads' minds. As soon as they got a bit of nerves, they started to be a bit shaky. But then we went 10 points ahead because they've dropped points. Flying, lad. They've got the freedom to sort of take that pass through the lines, have a shot and maybe miss. They feel a bit more confidence in themselves. And it's players like Dom, lad, that have just got us through this, mate. Dom, Mache, all of them.
Up in them. I mean, everyone stepped up this
season. But Dom and Ryan in particular have just been revelations this season, lad. They really have.
Honestly, like, I'm so proud of this team right now.
It's beautiful,
We've just got to carry on. Obviously, we've got a massive cup final in a couple of weeks that we now need to go on and win.
Which Anthony Gordon's
going
to miss, by the way.
Trophy in the bag. Speaking of Anthony Gordon, right? I've just gone on Twitter here. Magpie Channel, in an even worse mood this morning after the game yesterday. Such a costly defeat. Not only was it the best chance ever of winning the cup, looking at the last 16, but that is going to zap any confidence/momentum for the Carabao Cup final. Gordon's red sums up Newcastle's history, but then he's gone, anyway, step up Harvey Barnes for a screamer to win at Wembley. So he's ended it on a positive note for him, but we have to talk about Anthony Gordon getting that red card, because as soon as he did it, I kind of thought ahead, that's 3 games.
Straight red,
he's going to miss.
Red, yeah.
And it was a red.
Yeah.
It was petulant. He's lost his head. You know, even after coming off, he's saying it's a disgrace to the lino on the side. But listen, it's
you've got a red card.
He's let the whole city of Newcastle down with
that. Unfortunately, yeah. He's had a great season. He's played really well. He's been a key part of their success that they've had so far. He's got them to a final, and now he's not going to play it, lad. And I'm sure as a player as well, he'd be gutted himself. Like, obviously he knows what he's done is silly. If we had done something like that as people, you'd instantly regret it. He'll be in the changing room straight after that game going, oh, what have I done, lad?
Once the adrenaline wore off, he'll just realise how silly it is.
So we can't get on his back too much, because I know he'll know what he's doing. And the same with the Newcastle fans. But brilliant for Liverpool, mate. Absolutely wonderful, because he's been massive for them. He's brilliant. He's one of their best players. So if he's out, fantastic. Although I respect Harvey Barnes and what he can do on the pitch, and he does score screamers himself, so Matty's not wrong there. And he, you know, if Newcastle go for this, they could still get something. I'm not really like going into the game thinking, yes, we're just going to smoke them. It's a big game for them. It's huge. But that is funny, the way they've come out to the FA Cup with the best opportunity to win it. There's only City left in it, really.
I actually wanted Newcastle to win the FA Cup.
Yeah, it means if we win the Carabao Cup, you can have the FA Cup. I thought the exact same thing.
I actually really wanted them to
win that FA Cup,
man.
Absolutely let themselves down, mate.
Kind of does, does sum up Newcastle's history in the way that they get so close and then, they let themselves down.
We know what that feels like, mate.
Yeah, of course. More than anyone. Yeah. More than anyone. So, Manchester United as well. Shame about them going out of the Cup. So crap, aren't they?
So bad. Onana is possibly one of the worst top 6 goalkeepers I've seen ever, which is mad, right? Because I literally sat here 3 years ago after watching him in a Champions League Cup final for Inter, and he looked insane. Yeah. His variety of passing, the way he could play.
Did we watch that at Jack's house?
Yeah, we did. Final, yeah. And he looked insane, and I was worried about Man United getting him, and now I'm like, he's crap, mate. Like, he's more than crap. He's terrible. He's causing. He's literally hemorrhaging goals for them, lad. He's terrible. It's wonderful.
Hemorrhaging, and the defense is awful. The strikers are awful, and they're out of the Cup. So hold tight.
They've got nothing to play for.
Absolutely zero. Europa League.
Yeah,
but there's a little part of me that would like Spurs to win that.
I know. I get
United don't win it.
I do. I get that, but there is also part of me that knows that Man United are a team that just win trophies even when they're crap. Liverpool did it. Liverpool would be crap and then win a Champions League, be crap and then win an FA Cup or a League Cup.
Sociedad in the next round as well.
Yeah, who got absolutely oh my God, piped by Barcelona. I don't know if you've seen the match stats of that game.
Lad, see it, bro.
They had no shots, none. They were crap. How do you enjoy that, Super Mendy, lads? Walking on the mountains now, you've got to go back to your crappy little team, lad.
With your croquettes and that, I hope they taste nice.
And now you're going to go to North London and be in another crappy team, lad. Go for you, bro. Idiot. Sorry.
No, it's true.
Just like, why did you do that, lad? You could have been.
Look what you could have
Look
had.
at us. Yeah. And I'm actually glad you never came, because maybe it wouldn't have happened if you were there, lad. So now.
Yeah, hold. Salchicha. Sausage in Spanish. So let's look ahead then to, we're going to do a separate preview for PSG, by the way, so we're going to go a bit more in depth there, but they have scored 40 goals in their last 10 games.
Bro, they're insane.
They have not lost this season in the Liga.
They're insane, lad.
And we spoke on the phone yesterday and I said, yeah, but they've been rubbish in the Champions League. They lost to Arsenal.
Yeah.
They beat Man City, but you know, they've played Man City in
Did
the
they lose
worst
to
time.
Arsenal?
Yeah, 2-0.
Was it?
You beat PSG, didn't you, Jace? 2-0. I'm sure they did. They definitely did. I think Havertz and Saka scored. It was like November.
Okay.
So they finished like 19th or 18th or something
is why we've got
in
them.
the Champions League. I mean, you'd think Arsenal finished top with their draw compared to us. They got
Honestly,
PSV, we get PSG.
How do we play the best that this tournament's ever had so far? Yeah, as in this format. Yeah, get one. We only lost one game, gets a number one, and then we have to play one of the best teams in Europe. That is just...
Yeah, but anyway,
at least it wasn't Real Madrid. That's all I've got to say.
And there are a couple of interesting quotes indeed from Luis Enrique, the PSG manager, which we're going to get into a little bit more in the actual... a little bit.
Okay, that's cool, Enrique.
A little bit more than a little bit,
That's
actually.
cool, buddy. That's fine.
Get on this one, though. This was a little story from The Athletic this morning. Liverpool face a potential selection headache as the incoming Georgi Mamadashvili does not see himself as anything other than a number one, leaving LFC manager Arne Slot with a difficult decision to make next summer. I'll be honest, he obviously started off the season quite well for Valencia, but hasn't been great.
No, he hasn't.
For the rest of the season so far. And look, if we do win the league this year, I mean, this is a big hot topic that I'd like you and the audience to answer, but if we do win the league this year, in my head, why the hell would we replace Alisson?
It's stupid.
He gets the most clean sheets.
It's because of his injury and his age. I think that's what it is. But also, Kelly, for me, should just be slotting right back into that number one slot. We've got the league this season, not because of Ali and not because of Kelly, because of both of them together, as working as a team, lad. We've needed coverage. Yeah. And if that Mashvidili wants to start, well, you shouldn't have signed for Liverpool with the best goalkeeper in the world, should you? Knowing that he's still going to be there, mate. That's silly. Why would you do that? What you should do is come in, learn from the best goalkeeper in the world. You're still only 22, 23. You're a young kid still. And then just try and get the first team slot when Kelly goes, because he probably will go, because he won first team goalkeeping as well. I mean, but you've got to be better than Kelly. And Kelly is phenomenal. He is, lad. He's already a first team goalkeeper in the Premier League. And that is the best league in the world. There is no better competition. So, brother, I don't care what you want. Come and prove it. I honestly don't care.
And this was a Klopp kind of thing that happened last summer, wasn't it? Before he left, right? No. When did we agree, Mama?
This was when, so it was when Arne Slot was in the summer. We got Chiesa and Mashvidili.
So
I'm not really hopeful for him
now, brother. 18th.
Yeah, I'm not hopeful for him, lad.
Out of 20 teams, they've got minus 16 goal difference.
Who's
2
buying
wins
them, by the way?
6.
A footy player's buying them, isn't he? Ronaldo. Ronaldo might buy Valencia.
Really?
Yeah. Mad, I
didn't know that. Yeah. So minus 16 goal difference. So the question that we've got to you is, do we still want this fella? And if we do get this fella and he sees himself as a number one,
I want that. I get it.
At the minute, you're our number 3.
Yeah, and you need to accept it, like, because the two goalkeepers have been outstanding for us, and you don't deserve a spot straight away in the Liverpool team just because you say you're the best. That's not how it works. But I like the spirit. I like that he wants to compete, and if you keep that spirit, lad, you'll get to first team, won't you? And you'll be the best goalkeeper because you're competitive and you want to start. So no problem with that. But just be patient, because you're coming into the team that's just won the league, lad. How could you want to start in that team? You've got to be exceptional, and I don't know if you are right now, lad. I really don't.
A bit of good news that's just come through. We, Liverpool Football Club, we remain the most engaged Premier League club with over 1 billion social engagement so far this season. Thanks for your support.
Fantastic.
So everyone's watching.
I mean, everyone's excited, right? This is an exciting time to watch Liverpool, mate. We're insane. We've lost one game all season.
A clip popped up from Kop TV Clips. I think it was back in September. And do you know what you said? I don't know if you've seen this clip. You went, lads, imagine if we win the league and Arne Slot's first season, lads.
Yeah,
and I think that was like maybe just after the 3-0 against United back in September. And I think the title was Doyle Predicts the Future or something like that.
It was mad, lad, because I was watching us play football and I was like, there's just like this air of stability and confidence about us that wasn't there last year, and I don't know why. I don't know what Slot's done to this team to make them what they are right now, other than trust them, tell them few tweaks, this is what we're going to do, you've already got the blueprints of how to play football, but we're just going to do this and we're just going to do this. How has he got players like Ryan and Gakpo to be world beaters, lad? I was like, I don't,
very impressive, man.
I don't know how he's done that, but I could see it instantly. Just the performances that we're putting in were just brilliant. And dare I say it, lad, we're playing, like I said it already, we're playing much better football this season than we did last season under Klopp. And like, it's not to say that we're playing better football than all of Klopp's tenure, but this footy looks formidable. It looks sustainable. It looks like we could carry this on without a Mo Salah or a Virgil potentially in the future, because we're going to have stability in the midfield and stability in the back and all this type of stuff, lad. We look really bloody good. Like, really good.
Unbelievable, we do look. What do you make of the people that say, look how lucky Liverpool are, Isaac might not be in the final, Gordon's been red carded? I'm like that as well.
Bro,
I'm like that
at the start of the season, right?
We still haven't played anyone above us.
You've seen memes. I know, honestly, genuinely. My Arsenal have not been top of the league once, lads.
You know, United
not a single day.
Top for more days this season than Arsenal.
So have Bournemouth, bro. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
know your place.
I don't want people to change the narrative on this, right? At the start of the season, even Liverpool fans were worried about it because it's a brand new manager following after the best manager in the last 15, 20 years, right? I remember seeing memes. Remember that kid saying, Anna who? They've got a crap squad. They're not going to do nothing.
Well, all these
football YouTubers, lad, who put their opinion like it's a fact. We talk about football, yeah, but nothing I say is a fact. It's an opinion. And I hate the way people come across and say their opinion like it's a matter of fact. It's not. You don't know what you're talking about, lad. You're just a YouTuber, the same as us, yeah? We don't know. We're just talking about what we feel.
We know a little bit more.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying, lad? Like, and no one put us up there, lad. And here we are. Because we've been playing fantastic football. Don't change the narrative. We were crap before this, remember? We were going to fall off, remember? And we haven't. We're top of the league because we played brilliant football with a team that Klopp's left us behind. Fantastic legacy. And I think this adds even more to Klopp's legacy. It does.
Yeah, man.
He's left us with a platform to build on, and he knew it. He ducked out because he said, I can't get the best out of a world-beater team here. This can win stuff, and I know I can't do it, so let me back out.
And I was rattling the
don't change that narrative, ever. No. I'm not accepting it, lad.
And you sent me this, and I'd already tweeted it.
Yeah.
The table before Arsenal got any injuries, because that's all we've heard. Oh, I'd love to have seen how we competed without all these injuries. But before the injuries, 13 games played, we were still nine points ahead then. So we've actually extended that lead by 2 points.
Before all Saka, before
Excuses
Havertz,
FC,
all of that, we were
Netflix
9 points
FC,
clear.
Next Year FC.
Yeah.
And I tweeted that, 1 million views, right? White Yardie came back and said, so after all those injuries, you're only 2 points better off and played a game extra. I could say Liverpool lucky. Arsenal got those injuries then, no? And then someone said 9 points to 13 points. After you guys said we'll crumble by February, we'll have injuries, Slot will run out of luck, and so many delusional assumptions. You are professional bottle jobs. But that was kicking off on X last night on my page there.
We were flying at the start of the season. That's why we've won this league. At the start of the season, they regressed a little bit. We all seen it. They were dropping points here and there. And don't get me wrong, they definitely had some dodgy red cards here and there. But they've got bucket loads of yellows. And that tells you that their disciplinary record, it's not there, lad. They're not disciplining themselves in the right way. And I think it's because of Arteta. I think that he's told them to play dirty football, win dirty, win 1-0 if you need to, waste time if you need to, kick the ball away if you need to, drag people away if you need to, and it's backfired. Mission failed, mate. You can't win the league with defence this year because we've been imperious.
And they're always explaining.
You can't win it with defence, but you haven't.
They're always explaining something, Arsenal fans.
It's annoying, lad.
They've always got an essay to show you or a big paragraph to explain. It's like, bro,
there's one Arsenal fan that I've seen that's been debunking all of the things that they've been moaning about. I can't remember what his name is, and he's been going on streams and he's an Arsenal fan himself, and he's been saying like, this is not good enough. The more that you kid yourself, right, that this is person's fault or injuries or referees, the less you progress.
Yeah,
right? What did he say? A bad attitude is like a flat tire, lad. You'll go nowhere with it. Yeah, simple as that. Just buck up. Understand that Arteta probably isn't good enough. You're going to give him one more season with the striker, and if he wins the league, fair play. But it's been 6 years now, coming up to 6 years. We'll see what happens next year, mate. But there's no excuses. We are winning because we're the best team here.
And this is now my my profile picture on Twitter now.
Starting to get a bit shaky.
Yeah. He did say all that, didn't he? And I saw you there. You know, you were questioning if I actually did make that, but they made it.
Yeah, so I thought you did, lads. To band them up, to be honest with you.
100%, man. So, so listen, it is a massive week. Again, we're going into more detail in our PSG preview now. Big game on Wednesday night. We're going to be at Box Park, Liverpool for this one. So if you are in town, head down. Be good to see you. And then it's back to Anfield for me on Saturday to watch Southampton at home, which is actually quite nice to not play like a City or a Newcastle or one of these big teams.
What time's that game on at? 3?
I think it's 3.
3 o'clock game.
I think it's 3. So I'm looking forward to going to that game. Yeah. And I tell you what, I am very much looking forward to a potential guard of honour from Arsenal at Anfield on May the 10th.
Brother, I've said, yeah, I'm definitely wanting that, right? But also me and you personally, yeah, Gilly and Zoyle, yeah, we want a guard of honour as well.
Yeah, no, we're going to get a guard of honour.
Flex,
don't worry about
Robbie,
that.
Matisse, Abby, all them, yeah,
everyone.
We're gonna come in.
In fact,
cape and you know what I'm saying?
We'll put a Liverpool scarf on Abby and she can walk with us.
Yeah, she can. To be fair, lad, she's been the whole time she's been here. I've got to give her credit for that. She's been backing me with everything, you know.
100%.
Being a little hype woman for me, lad. I really appreciate it.
Big her up. So look, I can play you what Robbie said to you. All shaky. Right, we're going to wrap it up there. As I said, big preview to come. Big week if you're a Red. Let's try and get a little bit closer to winning this Premier League title.
Nice weekend off.
Yeah, nice weekend off. Back to work this week. Smash that like button. Get your comments in. Let us know what you'd like us to discuss next week after the Southampton game. Hopefully that's a big win for Liverpool. And we go into it, don't we? The running is upon us, and we must make sure that we win as many trophies now as possible. We're going to have loads of preview content as well for the Newcastle game next Sunday as well, so looking forward to that. But Doyle, once again, thank you for covering for me, bro. It's been an absolute pleasure watching you from afar. Not like that. And we'll see you next time. Take care. All the best.